The EVP show keeps the drama in place. Let's go, let's go. Where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, you know. The EVP show is out of control. Let's go, let's go.
What is going on, everyone? I am the EVP, and we are live on the EVP show. And I got a special guest. Well, not really a special guest. He has been on a couple of the recap shows. I want to welcome, I'll let him introduce himself. It is Edward AK. What's going on? Introduce yourself to the people, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Edward AK, and I am the original two heads enforcer, the OTE. And ladies and gentlemen, we've had a great Monday Night Raw tonight. We are going to react to it. Before the show starts, I want to thank EVP for letting me back on the EVP show, Monday Night Raw, August 18th, 2025 edition. So yeah, let's get this show on the road. Yeet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So obviously, we're live, saying hello to everyone. That's viewing right now. We're live on my Facebook. We're live on the EVP Show YouTube channel, and we are also live on X. So Raw tonight took place at the Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, which I did not live, but I used to live about an hour from there.
Did they change the Wells Fargo Center name?
Yep.
They changed it when?
I guess they were at the Xfinity Mobile Arena tonight.
Dang, okay. I didn't know that because I watch NBA and NFL and all that type of stuff. So I'm pretty much used to like arena and stadium names. I did not know that.
Yeah, they wasn't in the same stadium that where Cody beat Roman in.
No, that stadium is Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the arena where the 76ers play.
Yeah, this was called, they said Xfinity Mobile Arena. And also there was 13,056 fans in attendance tonight. So pretty packed house. Obviously, Roman Reigns was advertised. A lot of people were still in doubt that he wouldn't show up because what we saw on Twitter, on X today or yesterday, it's almost midnight. So Cody Rhodes was not on SmackDown because he has already started filming Street Fighter. He has about 2 weeks. Yeah, he's in Street Fighter.
No, what I meant was like last Friday, was he advertised before the show?
I think he was, but when Drew Claymored him, it kind of was just a write-off. He's only got like a couple of weeks of filming, so that match it's not happening at Clash of Paris for sure. Okay. But so the announcer tonight obviously was Michael Cole, the GOAT, and Corey Graves, which I'm glad to see Corey Graves back on TV. Obviously, yeah, Pat McAfee, you know, like it was weird because he wasn't on his show today. But
that Pat McAfee gets, I honestly don't. He tries his best. Like, this dude has ESPN College Football. He has the Pat McAfee show, and he has Monday Night Raw to commentate on. And people still, the IWC just loves to hate. Pat McAfee has been, honestly, to me, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee fit well with each other, if I'm going to be honest. Pat McAfee didn't really fit well with anybody else, but Michael Cole. And I actually enjoyed their commentating. I thought they blended well together. Michael Cole literally said that for the first time in his career, he was actually enjoying his job as a commentator with Pat McAfee next to his side. Don't get me wrong, Michael Cole and Corey Graves are still great. In my opinion, if I was WWE and TKO, I know Pat's going to be gone for the college football season, but when he gets back, when college football is over, I feel like what they should do on Monday Night Raw is have a 3 booth. They should have Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Pat McAfee. And if you guys remember at WrestleMania 40, those three were together in that 3-man booth. And they were phenomenal. I liked it because here's the thing. Pat McAfee, he's a face. He's a face commentator. Corey Graves is more of like, I don't want to say a heel, but kind of like a tweener anti-hero. And Michael Cole is like in the middle. So actually, Corey Graves and Pat McAfee, they actually blend well with each other too, alongside Michael Cole. So I feel like that's what they should be doing instead of like hating. There's no reason to hate on Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is doing more of a job than the people that are some of the people that are watching this. And that's no knock on anybody, because everybody should still be like, everybody should be equal no matter who they are. But at the same time, like, they're doing a lot more work than you are, and you got to respect them for that and stop hating.
100%, 100%. Shout out to Mama Mimi. Tech and Wrestling reposted the stream from X. Shout out to Mama Mimi.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Shout
that.
out Mama Mimi.
All right, so obviously, like I said, we got the announcers, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, the ring announcer for tonight, the lovely and talented Alicia Taylor. So before Raw like officially kicks off, it's kind of a flashback to last week's main event on Raw with CM Punk. So here's the thing. Vince McMahon was like the world's worst about this. Can they coexist? It's the can they coexist angle with CM Punk and LA Knight. They literally said it again tonight. Like every single time, can they coexist? Are they going to be able to coexist? So I thought that was funny. It shows, obviously, it's showing Adam Pearce coming out, making that fatal 4-way match for the main, probably the main event at Clash in Paris, I would think, with CM Punk, LA Knight, Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins for the Raw World Heavyweight Championship. And also showed at the end of the show last week that the Vision stood tall. But are they going to stand tall tonight is the question. Basically the way they described the Vision was power, domination, and destruction. And I would agree. I would agree. From last week anyway. So obviously then they show like Jey Uso walking into the arena, Naomi walking in with the title. They're saying, she's going to address the state of the title tonight, which her dad posted on Instagram, has been super, super rumored. I even posted in some GC chats a couple of weeks ago that she was pregnant. I got bombarded for that. Just kind of made sense. I mean, with the storyline. Obviously, we'll get to that though. So we kick it off with Seth Rollins coming out with the Bron and Paul Heyman, which they call him the Oracle now. And Alicia Taylor names them, that she calls them the Vision, which is 100% correct. Bronson Reed's coming out with Roman shoes. We got the Sheila Fala rocking with Bronson. He's still rocking Roman's shoes. Paul Heyman, that they call him the true Oracle. He gets on the mic and he says that he is not in God mode in this city, but he is God. He said there should be a statue of him in this city. He said he is the GOAT. He said that WrestleMania. So then he went to each person, and then once we get to that, I'll get to you, and you can address the promo. So he started off with Braun. He called him Mr. WrestleMania. He taught Roman Reigns to fear the spear, that he was the big dog. It was his yard, Brian Breaker. And then we talked about Bronson Reed. He called him the owner of the Shula Fala, the master of Shoemania, which is crazy. Said he put Roman Reigns down, and Roman was not man enough to get back up. He said that Bronson Reed had the tribal feet, which was just absolutely crazy. Fans start chanting OTC, OTC, obviously. Then Paul says Seth Rollins is the visionary, the revolutionary, the evolutionary. He's the one that put all this together, deserved all the credit. He pinned Roman Reigns once, not only once, but twice in the main event of WrestleMania. Seth Rollins now comes on the mic, and when he just starts to talk, Jey Uso's music hits and to interrupt. Seth's pissed off. Jay's coming through the crowd, obviously, got the kids yeeting with him. He told Seth that he tired of him and the OG, which is, he called Paul Heyman the OG. He's tired of them talking, and he said that he's tired of them threatening his family. He said he made Gunther tap out at WrestleMania. He won the World Heavyweight Championship, and he is up next. So Seth Rollins starts talking to Braun Breaker and said that Jay thinks that Braun's family is a bunch of fat asses. And Braun was pissed. Like it was crazy. So ultimately they decided to make this match a no DQ, no count out. Basically, just no rule, extreme rules type match. Paul Heyman got back on the mic, talking about New Jack, talking about Rob Van Dam, talking about Sabu. Then he said something about Tommy Dreamer. He said, "Oh, he hasn't passed away yet, but he should be." And then Brian Breaker's like, "He's still alive," which is crazy. Made reference to the Dudley Boys. And then at that point, they made it official Extreme Rules Jay versus Braun. So overall, what do you think of the beginning and the promos and where we're going from here?
I thought the promos were actually. Let's get to the comment first.
It's from Billy. Hey, my fan, going to bed. Said night in group chats already. Much love to you, fan forever. Thank you, Billy. I love you guys. Appreciate it.
I wonder, is that the one that's in the Push Zelina group chat?
That isn't the one that's in the Zelina Vega.
All right, yeah. If you're still watching, right before you click off the video, thank you for watching some parts of our show, and have a good night.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say before we got that comment was the promo was clever. It was pretty clever. It built. Paul Heyman has something in his promos that makes you feel hyped. It makes the group that they're in feel powerful when in all reality they're not powerful at all. If they were powerful, they wouldn't have been run off. I'm not going to spoil it until we get there. But I think I like the promo except for the parts where he said that he is God and that he wishes that Tommy Dreamer was dead. Those are the only two parts of the promos that I absolutely despise, but I can understand why he said it because he's a heel, and that's an easy and cheap way to get a heel pop. That's pretty much what I thought about it. Let's see. Let's go to that comment. Because I wanted to finish what I had to say before we went to the comments.
Yeah, Billy said, no problem. I talked with Zelina and all. Much love to you both. And thank you. Appreciate it. Much love. She actually is really good friends with Zelina Vega. And she also has me in a chat with Samantha.
Yeah, I'm in the chat too, so I've not gotten a chance to speak to Zelina, but if I do, I'm just gonna be like, hey, what's up? I'm training to become a professional wrestler just like you. Like, give me some tips or advice. Because my goal is to make the WWE at the end of the day. So
yeah, 100%. So what did you think? So ultimately, what do you think about? You just didn't like that part about Tommy Dreamer. I mean, and all that.
Yeah, so the Tommy Dreamer and the God part I don't like. First and foremost, I gotta put my religion first. The one and only true greatest of all time is the one above, and he is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I know this stream is not that it is not like a what was it called again? It's not a gospel stream. But I gotta spread the word, like how he says. So I'm spreading the word. The one and only true Savior is the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And no, Paul Heyman, you are not God.
Yeah, he definitely struck a nerve there. I think wishing it on Tommy Dreamer, which that's crazy. Hello Evelyn. She was
Evelyn,
also
how you doing? Hope you're having a good night.
she's also the one that posted the stream. Good to see you, Evelyn, again. She's been in quite a few of my recap streams. Good to see you back. So after that, we see. Let's see where we're at here. All right, so in the back we see uh, they're talking about Io Sky, obviously, everything that went down with her last week with which is interesting. The storyline is starting to like fill out with her and Asuka. Asuka's a little jealous of Rhea. Rhea don't really trust Asuka. Um, Kyrie saying for me, I kind of feel like she's stuck in the middle. But yeah, so they're really starting to get into something with their. So then, like I said, they run it. They run into Kabuki Warriors. Io does before her match, and Asuka does apologize to Io for pushing her last week. She accepts, but then Asuka and Kairi Sane also offer to assist her in the ring tonight and to basically like last week because Io is going to be facing Raquel Rodriguez, obviously, and we know that Roxanne Perez is going to be out there. But Io declined. She said she wanted to do it on her own. So here we go again with that. So what do you think about that angle before we get into the Io Sky Raquel Rodriguez match? Where do you think they're going with it?
I thought it was pretty cool. I can see a little bit of dissension and cracks within Io and the Kabuki Warriors, but I don't think Kyrie is gonna turn heel. I don't think Kyrie will. I think Asuka will, but I do not think Kyrie will. This is a clever story that they're doing. This is a clever story that they're playing here. We're gonna see how it plays out and what the end game is. But I actually kind of like that. I actually kind of like Asuka going back heel. I feel like she's a better wrestler when she's a heel. She's more intimidating when she's a heel. She has the best presentation that she ever had was when she was a heel, and that theme song that they brought back, perfect. When she comes out with that entrance as a heel, perfect. So we need to see heel Asuka back, but I don't see Kyrie. If I'm going to be honest, I just got to be completely honest with you. I feel like when TKO starts releasing wrestlers again, I feel like Kyrie is going to be one of them, unfortunately. But
hopefully not. But I mean, you never know. It's a possibility.
yeah, like obviously, I don't wish nobody to get fired at their job, but I mean, we've seen this constantly with TKO. So, and I don't think we're that far away from the season, the part of the year where they start firing people like crazy. I feel like they've already started it.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree.
I just wanted to mention this real quick. Where was Lyra? Where was Lyra, bro?
Did not see Lyra again. Well, she was on last week
She was
for
on,
like.
but she was backstage talking to Bailey.
Well, that's what well, you was on the stream Friday when I was talking much dog shit about SmackDown, saying that
SmackDown
you know
sucks.
Triple H was off in Costa Rica. Bruce Pritchard, booking the show, WrestleFate.
I
Top.
miss the Fox era. I don't know about you, CJ, but I miss the Fox era. SmackDown on Fox was a lot better than SmackDown on USA, both
Mhm.
before it went to Fox and after it left Fox. Because look what Roman was doing with SmackDown. Cinema each and every single week. Then what do you do? What do? You have him lose the title, go away for 4 months, come back as the OTC. Then what does he do as the OTC? Like other than this whole Seth stuff, let's just be honest with ourselves. Other than this whole Seth stuff and what they did at the end of the year last year with Solo, what has he done?
You
What the
know,
fuck's
I
right?
mean, for me, I enjoyed. There's never gonna like I was at WrestleMania 40. I was there to witness the final boss of the last match that he performed live. I went night one when it was Roman Rock against Seth and Cody. Um, you know, like I try to tell people, like we both got Roman shirts on. Like it's we're never gonna see another reign like that ever again.
I think
Um,
because they do it between like every 35 to 40 years, but we will not see it for a long time. That's for sure.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be Cody.
No, it's not. So you know how they did it with Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
uh 35, 40 years ago. And
Hmm.
then before that, I think another 35, 40 years earlier, they did it with, was it Bruno San Martino?
Yep.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so they do those type of very long reigns like every 35 to 40 years. But
So what did you think about the rumors about Cody supposedly was going to break Roman Reigns' record, but John Cena came back and they wanted John Cena to get the 17.
Cody was not going to break Roman's record. That was not
I don't
happening.
know.
The only reason that they gave him the title was to have the crowd feel good after what happened last year. And
Yeah.
they had a whole "they want Cody" movement, so they had no choice but to pull the trigger because of these crybabies. They had no choice but to pull the trigger. Cody would never hold the title for 1,317 days. Never.
No. No, I don't think so either. I mean, to be fair though, like on SmackDown, and then we got to get back to Raw, but SmackDown was just bad. Like as much as most people don't like Cody Rhodes,
See,
like
and SmackDown is like, it's always been like my favorite show. Like deep down, my favorite show
yeah,
out of both Raw and SmackDown. Although my first ever show I went to was Monday Night Raw, but deep down, my favorite show of all time is Friday Night SmackDown. So to see the position that SmackDown is at right now, it hurts. It hurts.
yeah,
SmackDown being my favorite show and then seeing it at the mud it is, they should have never left Fox. They should have hired some new writers, people that. And matter of fact, they have to start letting wrestlers book their own stuff. When Roman was booking his own stuff, cinema every single time. CJ, where do you know of any other wrestlers that were booking their own, like had full creative control of their own characters?
just him and Cody.
Wait, so did Bray ever have control over his characters?
I think at one point in time, Bray did as well.
Yeah, I think he did when he came back.
Yeah,
Um, and unfortunately, he's deceased now. But when he came back, you saw everything that he was able to do. He was able to make you feel like he was able to make you feel, get passionate. Like, man, just with his promos, and he had creative control of his character. And
hmm,
anytime WWE gives creative control over their characters, their stories start doing great. Their stories start becoming successful. The fans, the old school fans, start watching back. But now
hmm.
look at this product now. Now they're doing Omos versus Mr. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Omos versus Microman? You're making professional wrestling look like a joke. This is
Hmm.
no joke. This is why people say, "Oh, I don't want to watch scripted stuff," because you force that type of stuff on us. Then you have Mr. Iguana. Don't even get me started on him. Look what happened with Mr. Iguana and Finn Balor at AAA Triple Mania this past Saturday, having those two puppets. And then you go, and then after that, you go online and you sell the puppet for $100. $100. TKO is a money hungry company that does not know what they are doing, and they don't know what the direction of WWE will be in the future. And if anything happens to WWE, us fans, we try to tell them so, but no, they want to call us marks just for they want to call us marks just because we thought a product was bad. They want to call us marks. Let that sink in.
Oh, I agree. I do agree, sir.
He sucks right now.
All right. Well, as much as I wanted to keep harping on TKO, hopefully they're not listening.
We're
And
gonna run out of time if we do that all day. I
mean,
could do it all night, but we're gonna run out
we're
of time.
not gonna run out of time because I mean I could go 2 hours if I want. But we first match we had on the card was Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez, accompanied by Roxanne Perez. Fun fact about Raquel Rodriguez is she is the only female. She has the record in WWE for holding the women's tag team championship the most times with 5 tag team title reigns. She was also a one-time NXT tag champion, and she was also a one-time NXT women's champion. So as much as people like to hate on Raquel, you know, I think that her character has progressed a lot since Liv Morgan left. She's taken more like a leadership role of the Judgment Day. Her matches have been better, I feel like. So yeah. So we get Io versus Raquel, with Roxanne outside. This match was wild. So Raquel hits a big boot to Io several different times during the match. Io does a lot of counters. We do see Io do a couple suicide dives, one to Roxanne, one to Raquel. Io actually reversed the Tejada bomb. That's one of the finishers for Raquel. So at the end of the match, she does reverse the Tejada bomb, and Io hits the over the top moonsault for the win. 1, 2, 3 over Raquel Rodriguez. And then we see Roxanne Perez come into the ring to attack Io. It's a double team attack. They're beating the crap out of Io. Out comes Mommy, Rhea Bloody Ripley. She claims.
Before you finish, I just want to say, like, did you notice, like, they didn't really do a callback, but I felt something because they were inside of the same arena. You know that arena, the part of the arena where it says Phila, like on the side. Remember that's where she got injured.
Yep.
That's where she got injured, like just over a year ago. I want to say like a year and a half ago. So when they had Ripley walk down that hall, I don't want to call it a callback because if it was a callback, it would lead to something. I just wanted to say, like, Rhea, it looked like Rhea like got flashbacks when she was walking. It looked like Rhea was getting flashbacks to when she got injured on that arm.
Yeah, you could tell she was kind of like in that daze type of thing where she
like deja vu.
Yeah, reminiscent or whatever. But Rhea comes to save the day, obviously. And then after that, we see, Io thanks Rhea. Rhea asks Io if she's okay. So after that, so what do you before we get going to the next topic? So what do you think of the Io Raquel match? And obviously, we didn't see Asuka and Kyrie come out. It was actually Rhea that came out for the save. But Io did get the win.
See, I really enjoyed that match. You know, they both know how to wrestle. They both have gotten better recently over the past 2 years. I feel like if there is ever a time for Raquel to win a title, it doesn't have to be the women's world title. But if there was ever a time for Raquel to win, I don't know, the Intercontinental title, after Becky drops it, it should be Raquel.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
I actually really enjoyed the match. I gave it a solid 5 out of 5. It was great. After she got pinned, then Roxanne came in. Then Raquel went beating Io up. Then that's when Rhea Ripley came out.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they got backstage, Rhea was saying thank you, giving gratitude, or Io was giving gratitude to Rhea. And the Kabuki Warriors were behind. Then they snuck up on Io. Then they said, "I thought you didn't want our help, but you wanted help from Rhea." And
Yeah.
they were pissed. And right then and there, I saw cracks. I saw
Mhm.
cracks.
Oh, I started seeing the cracks last week when Asuka lost her temper and she did push Io. So
Yeah, but
um
sometimes that leads to nothing, though. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I think because of the situation when Naomi, like a lot of stuff is like that maybe was getting put on the back burner is going to get pushed up, and I think that Oscar Hill turn is one of them. So after the match, we see Jackie Redmond in the back with L.A. Knight,
Yeah.
yeah, and so they're talking about the Fatal 4-Way match. CM Punk comes and interrupts and says that they need to be on the same page. LA Knight is saying that, he's had 2 title matches, and, CM Punk did cost him like in one of the title matches, and he's still upset about it. They're saying, it's really not personal, it's business. Punk's trying to get them to stick together because obviously they know that Jay's got the Extreme Rules match tonight against Brian Breaker, and everybody's going to get involved in that. He also talked about sticking together with Jay. Like I said, Punk says, and then LA Knight's like, after the end of Clash in Paris, I'm going to be the one holding up the title, and everybody's going to be saying LA Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
And then right after that, Punk looks at Jackie Redmond and says, "No." After the yeah from LA Knight, so that was pretty funny. What do you think about any thoughts on that segment or anything like that?
No, it was just like somebody going up to someone saying, "Hey, we need to save our energy to do this and this and this." That's what CM Punk was trying to do with LA Knight. LA Knight wasn't listening at first, but now I feel like he understands after the main event. So
100%. So next we see the New Day come out with big Big G, Grayson Waller. But before they come out, it's kind of a little bit of what you touched on earlier. We saw Rhea and Asuka in the back. They're arguing back and forth. Asuka's, upset. She tells Io, Rhea can help you, but we can't. So like the dissension that you were kind of talking about. Io starts talking like really fast in Japanese and just storms out.
yeah, I've
And
been in those types. I know it's a storyline, but I've been in those types of situations before. I know what it feels like to be in the middle.
so when she storms out, you see Asuka kind of go one way, and then Rhea's like kind of like confused. You can see Kyrie Sane look back at Rhea, kind of look like she's super torn. Didn't really know what to do, but obviously she walked off. So yeah, that's definitely going to lead to some kind of storyline. So we get to the match. Obviously, Xavier Woods from the New Day going up against Penta. I've been saying on the recaps and on Spaces that Penta's taken a lot of L's, and it's time that they either put him with Ray Phoenix or
Oh,
start
Rhea. Oh,
start giving him some wins. So we see Grayson Waller come out. They're wearing a new shirt called. It has something about mourning on it, about losing the tag titles. You can actually see that Kofi Kingston hands one of the shirts to Corey Graves. Corey Graves puts the shirt on, like what are you doing, Corey? Um,
You.
so the match was pretty good. Penta took out Waller with a crossbody on Woods outside the ring. We saw a lot of that tonight. Let's see, Evelyn with a comment. I knew that was coming between Rhea and Asuka. Yeah, absolutely. It seems like I don't know. I kind of felt like with the Naomi thing, if it was going to be Stephanie Io and Clash in Paris, that maybe Asuka would turn heel and cost Io the match. And then obviously Rhea maybe would come out with the save, maybe trying to set up Rhea Stephanie. I don't know what direction they're going with it now. It's super confusing. But this was a pretty good match. But a fun fact about this match is this was actually the first one-on-one match between Xavier Woods and Penta ever. So that was a pretty interesting fact. So there's a couple of near falls with Xavier Woods almost pinning Penta. A couple uppercuts, chopping Penta. He kicks Penta, and then Penta hits the Penta driver to Xavier Woods. He gets the 1-2. Kofi Kingston puts Xavier Woods' foot on the rope. They've been together. They're 12-time tag champions. They know each other really well. Right place at the right time. Kofi puts Xavier's foot on the rope. He does kick out right there. So but at the end of the day, Penta ends up hitting the Mexican Destroyer for the 1-2-3 on Xavier Woods, and Michael Cole says that the mourning will continue. Corey Graves still with the mourning shirt on. So what do you think? What do you think about that match? It was a pretty good match, but what do you think about this whole new mourning gimmick that the New Day is rocking right now?
I gotta be honest. I don't care about it. WWE has not given me a reason to care for that storyline. I honestly really do not care about it, and it sucks for Penta because I know Penta is an actually good wrestler. They should move him to SmackDown with his brother. Not in a tag team, but like in singles.
I think that I agree with you. But
Worry though.
I think Phoenix maybe should come to Raw and they should tag up because SmackDown is so tag team heavy and so stacked on the tag roster that Raw needs a couple of tag teams. So like get Penta and Ray Phoenix over there. Because I mean, let's think about it. There's probably 4 tag teams that can compete over on Raw right now. So yeah. So we see the promotion for Worlds Collide. It's going to be
I'm confused about. Didn't they already have a AAA Worlds Collide already?
Triple A Mania, I think is what it was called.
No, not that one. Before Triple Mania.
Oh yeah. It was Worlds Collide. So
in 1 year.
Yeah, it's actually the day before my birthday. It's going to be on September the 12th. My birthday is on the 13th. So the people watching, you guys don't forget about that. Obviously, we'll get to it later on, but Dominic Mysterio is going to challenge Vikingo at Worlds Collide on September 12th for the AAA.
I absolutely hate Vikingo. I don't know why. He's a really good wrestler.
Vikingo is great. I want to see. I think Dom.
Yeah, but Vikingo is an AAA wrestler originally, though.
Yeah. I think Dom needs to, if he's gonna drop the IC title to AJ Styles, which I don't even know if they're gonna have room to get that on the card. The Clash in Paris card is like, I mean, we only got like 3 matches official as of right now, but we'll see if they're going to put AJ and Dom on there as well. So they showed the El Grande AJ Styles Dirty Dom Dragon Lee match from last week, showing AJ showing the highlights of AJ after Dom hit the frog splash on Vikingo at Triple Mania this past weekend and was supposed to win the title. AJ Styles come in like with a mask on and he hit the Styles Clash on Dominic and ended up costing him the championship. So they talked about that. So then you kind of see, I think this is a point where Ray comes in the back, talking to Dominic, and Dominic says, "I'm still the best Mysterio of all time." Like I said before, Wells Collide, we're going to see El Hijo del Vikingo versus Dirty Dom for the heavyweight championship on September the 12th. Are you a big AAA fan? Do you think Dom's going to get it done? This is the second championship match there. Or what you thinking on that?
Yeah, AAA is really good, but I don't see Dom winning it. I think they're going to continue to push Vikingo. I saw somebody say it's like a Roman Reigns type of push back from 10 years ago. So
Could be, could very well be. Just before we go any further, hello to all the viewers. I see we're close, a little over 30. We're live on my Facebook, the EVP Show YouTube, and my X. So thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, grateful for that. So the next match we're going to see is JD McDonough and Finn Balor, accompanied by Dirty Dominic Mysterio. They are the WWE Raw Tag Champions going up against Dragon Lee and Mr. Iguana. It's his Raw debut. And then they announced that next Monday they were going to be live in the Birmingham, UK area. And it was going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern on Raw next Monday. So we got SmackDown and Raw overseas. So the streams are going to be a little jacked up, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Got to talk about that once the show's over, but that's next week. So Dragon Lee and JD kind of start the match off. A lot of hot tags to Balor. Then we finally get to see Mr. Iguana in the ring. He hits a clothesline on Finn Balor, but then Finn Balor stomps Mr. Iguana. Dragon Lee's good. He's really good. Dragon Lee and Iguana both go over the top rope and land on the tag champions, which I thought was pretty cool. So Dragon Lee hit the pentabomb. He hit the pentabomb on JD McDonough, which was crazy. So they showed that little whatever that thing's called, the little Esca that they're selling online that Mr. Iguana has on his hands. That they showed that. He kind of got Finn Balor at one point got like he locked him, like he put it in his mouth and locked it in with that. But Finn Balor took back control of the match, hit the sling blade on Dragon Lee, but it was a kick out. Like I said, back and forth kickouts between both teams. But then we see close to the end of the match when Dragon Lee's going up top, Dirty Dom comes up to the apron, grabs Dragon Lee's feet, distracts him long enough for Finn Balor to hit the coup de grace. Coup de grace on Dragon Lee with the assist of Dirty Dom and gets the 1, 2, 3. Judgment Day, the tag champions win the match. What was your thoughts on the match? Well, before we get to it, after that, Dom comes in. They start attacking them, but then we see Vikingo show up on Raw, and he drops Dom He sent Finn Balor flying, kick to JD. And then Dom hits Vikingo from behind with the AAA belt. Dom hits a frog splash as well while JD and Finn are holding him down. And the Judgment Day are standing tall. Dom is holding his IC title and also Vikingo's AAA title. And the Judgment Day are holding the tag championships up. So there's a lot of titles being held up. So what do you think about the match? Is Mr. Iguana's a Raw debut? And did you like the match? Like I said, the tag teams are just very scarce right now. And on Raw. So
I mean, I thought it was okay until it got to the iguana biting Balor part. Like I said, this is why people nowadays take professional wrestling as a joke. You have a whole puppet doing moves for you when that's not needed. That's not believable. You have a whole puppet doing moves. This isn't the attitude. Listen, you guys can say, okay, but what about Boogeyman? Listen, Boogeyman was different because he actually got to be believable. He got people scared of him. Can't say the same thing about Mr. Iguana. And it's also not that day and age where you're supposed to be doing that. People will not believe that. My generation and the generation below me and right above me will not believe that. Even in your generation, I'm guessing millennial, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't even believe that. I mean, this is why people take professional wrestling as a joke, and it has to stop.
For me, I mean, it's more of just some sort of, I don't know the best way to describe it, but like, I can't compare it to like Mr. Sacco with Mick Foley or Cactus Jack or whatever character he was playing at the time. I think they're trying to display that, but you're not going to be able to duplicate that. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm like, there's no hate toward Dragon Lee or Mr. Iguana. Like, I think they both can go in the ring.
It's the stupid puppet that he has.
100%, 100%. So after that, they share the highlights from last week from Maxine Dupree going up against Becky Lynch for the IC title. Obviously, Becky beat her with the disarmer. Maxine did put up a pretty good fight. So in the back, Jackie Redmond is with Becky Lynch, and she asked her why did she attack Natalia. She said that she didn't, that Natalia actually attacked her verbally first, and then she put her hands on her, which she was lying about that. Becky Lynch said that Sports Illustrated said that she is the best female women's wrestler of all time.
She's just onto that Sports Illustrated article, isn't she? That's all she has.
I do not. She's not better than Charlotte, so
she's like a clown, just like her husband.
I mean, she's great. She is great, but to call herself the greatest of all time, I mean, I think Charlotte Flair might have something to say about that with the 14 world titles. So
when it's all said and done, Lyra will be the greatest of all time. So, but as of right now, I don't think either. I think what's her name, Stratus is.
Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can put her up there. Lita. There's so many greats for Becky. So she does
because of that whole incident with Edge from my birth year. I can't put Lita above Becky or Charlotte. I'm sorry.
No, definitely not. So Becky Lynch says that Natalia. She says to Natalia, "Welcome back to the big time." Like this isn't. She's talking about how Natalia is going to all these different promotions, like trying to be all these different characters, and she's like, "All right, well, welcome back to the big time because, we're back in WWE now." So, we get Natalia, Maxine, and Tozawa walking to the ring. But before that, let's talk about this for a little bit. we see one of the same vignettes that we saw last week with Bailey. She's kind of sitting in the back, like holding her ears. She's kind of hearing the voices similar to like Randy Orton. The voices are telling her like nothing's making. She's saying nothing's making sense. She doesn't know what she needs. It was pretty creepy. The announcer even talked about it was very undis like disturbing, and they were pretty upset
It's like
because
ever since you can say that I caused it. You know why? Because remember Bailey responded to me on Twitter when I
yeah.
was Lyra's better than her. So ever since then she's been off. Hey, I can sit back and say it's because of me.
I mean,
So
you can, yeah. I mean, 100%. But I think for me, a lot of people's asked me, obviously in DMs or in the Twitter chats or whatever, like, is Bailey hurt? And she definitely not. It's just a character change for Bailey. I don't know what she's going to come back as. It sounds like maybe a heel, but at the end, the voices are saying maybe you just need a hug.
I think she's
So
gonna be all three. I think she's gonna be what she is right now. Go back to the hugger and be a heel. I
yeah,
think I think that's what her character is going to be.
it's definitely going to have something to do with the hugging because I heard the voice at the end
Yeah.
saying, "Do you just need a hug?" So like that was kind of like the
She
breadcrumb.
she
Yeah,
has she has a demon voice and an angel voice, aka heel and face voice, disturbing her.
absolutely. So the next match we get is Natalia, accompanied by Maxine Dupree and Tozawa versus Becky Lynch, the women's Intercontinental Champion. Some fun facts that I like to, put out there that most people don't talk about. Natalia has not had a singles championship in 8 years, and this is the 10th. What's that?
I heard that fun fact on Raw.
Yep. And then this is the 10th matchup between Natalia and Becky obviously came into this matchup with a 5-4 slight matchup lead. But Natalia has never beaten Becky when a title was on the line. So um, pretty decent match at the beginning. Becky throws Natty into the ring post, and I think she did something. Honestly, think she did do something to her shoulder. I don't know if
I,
because they
I
went.
I think that was real.
Yeah. Because I read her lips after the match, and she said something to Maxine about like her arm or her shoulder. So like they went to commercial when that happened. Um, she did put the disarmor on Natalia. Natalia was able to power out of it and choke slam Becky Lynch. I think that Natalia did all that she could do in this match, but ultimately, because of that shoulder injury and Becky just continued to go back to that shoulder, she ends up hitting the disarmor again, and Natalia taps out. And so Becky Lynch retains the Intercontinental Championship. But that wasn't the end. So Becky comes in and also attacks Maxine Dupree, hits the disarmor on her. Obviously, she did not let go of the disarmor on Natalia after the match, after the referee was telling her to let go. So then we hear, if you look, but you can look, but you can't touch. Here out comes Nikki Bella, who that for me was a big surprise. Prayers went out to Nikki Bella because obviously she was hit a couple of weeks ago, had like an implant that shifted that they were saying was causing some difficulties. I didn't know one way or another whether she was going to come back. She came storming in with this new green outfit I haven't seen before. She takes.
She's an Eagle fan.
She's a big, huge Eagle fan. Jalen Hurts. She loves Jalen Hurts. Um, she hits the the Rack Attack 2.0 on Becky Lynch and stands tall over Becky. So what do you think about the match, and where do you think that we're going as far as Becky and Nikki Bella?
The match was good, but I feel like it ended quickly just because I think Natalia had an actual injury. And I feel like that was a good pivot for her to get involved, and then Maxime getting the same treatment that the other person got.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Nikki came out, I think it's going to be Nikki versus Becky for the IC title in Paris.
So you think it's gonna? So you think that's going? You think that's going to happen at Paris, or do you think it's going to happen on Raw?
It's not going to happen on Raw. I know they usually do title matches like the Raw and SmackDown before, but it's not going to happen on Raw, and it's not going to happen on SmackDown. It will happen at Clash in Paris.
A lot of people are going to think I'm crazy, but I really think Nikki Bella has a legitimate shot of beating Becky Lynch for that IC title.
Ooh, I feel
I'm telling you.
She has more than a half. She has more than a half possibility, but I think Becky has like 75%.
Well, Nikki's back full time now, so
I mean, I don't know if it's full time. She wasn't on there last week.
well, she was hurt. I mean,
Okay, true. You did say that.
I'm having to respond to DMs. People are like blowing me up. So yeah, I mean, I think out of the three though, she has the best shot to beat Becky Lynch. Evelyn says I was ready for low key legend Natty on Raw. Absolutely. Becky made reference to that, but unfortunately, I do think Natty did suffer some sort of shoulder or arm injury going into that. I'm looking forward to seeing Nikki and Becky. I'd love to see Nikki beat Becky for the title. Get one last little title run in before she, calls it a day. But she has said that she's been training and she wants to, hang with the big dog. Like she wants that one last long run. So, we'll see. The good segment though. So we see Jackie Redmond in the back with Sheamus talking about Rusev. He basically just said that Rusev is, since he came back to WWE, that he is complex as a light switch, which I don't have no clue what Sheamus is talking about. That is some kind of foreign language to me when Sheamus is talking. Then he starts talking about banger after banger after banger. And then Rusev shows up and thank the Lord that we didn't have a 4, 5, 6 different segment with Rusev and Sheamus this week because security got involved really fast. Split them up. Adam Pearce comes in there. He's like, Adam Pearce needs to just go get a drink. Like he is just, man, that he needs a drink, and I'll go have a drink with you, Adam, if you're listening. So he tells Rusev and Sheamus, he said, "That's it. I've had enough." He said, "You guys want to go at it? Like you guys are going to get it one last time, and that one last time is going to be in Paris, Clash in Paris, and it's going to be a Donnybrook match." So what do you think about that segment? I mean, I thought this was maybe going to be like a best of 7 or something like that, but ultimately, it looks like hopefully we get the end of this rivalry at Clash in Paris with the Donnybrook match with Sheamus going up against Rusev.
I mean, I thought it was good. Obviously, what I wanted was a League of Nations this thing because they literally have all 3 members of the League of Nations in WWE. All they had to do was hire Alberto Del Rio for one match and a couple weeks of build up, but they obviously didn't want to do that. And I think it's time for Rusev to leave the Sheamus vortex and go to someone else because this has been this.
I agree. I've been saying that for a while. So obviously, then they show they say Naomi's next coming out next to address the championship, um, her world championship situation and everything that's going on.
I don't think
Then
we'll see her again for until like. Because you remember when Becky was out, she was out for a year and a half.
yeah,
So
so
I don't see her returning until like what September. I don't see her returning until like October, November 2026, or
yeah,
it
I
could
don't know.
be January 2027 after Rumble.
It's tough after you have a baby. Like I mean, Becky Lynch did it, but she was out a while. Um, but then they go to like a small clip of when Naomi and Big Jim was on Stephanie's "What's Your Story" podcast, and Jimmy's about to announce it, and then they kind of get off of it, which is a way to I don't know, kind of
To hook the
tease it.
viewer.
Yeah, and then obviously now everybody's going to want to tune in. I mean, I've already watched the podcast, but a lot of people are going to want to tune in and watch it now for sure.
I don't think
So go ahead.
I don't think that specific podcast is out yet. I think it comes out tomorrow, right?
That one does come out tomorrow, but I did see the one that's already out.
Oh, okay, the other one. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It came out. I think I don't know if it was yesterday or I don't know. I think it's out. Like I watched. It was like an hour and a half. I watched it today, but that one where he like actually comes out and says that they're having a baby. It's out now. I think they just released it.
Okay.
So before we get to that, we see Jay Uso in the back. CM Punk also comes back in there as well. He tells Jay that they got to work together, and he calls Seth Rollins' vision the Paw Patrol, which was funny as hell. Um, Jay says that he wants to do it on his own. He said he don't want to have to owe anyone any favors. He said CM Punk just wants to let Jey Uso know that he's got his back, but Jey Uso said that he wants to do it on his own. I'll wait for you to get back before we start going on to this topic.
I'm still here. I just had to change my setup real quick just because I had to charge my computer because it was
Oh,
dying.
yeah. Okay, you're good. So after that, we see Adam Pearce in the ring to announce the women's world champion, which is Naomi. Obviously, she comes out, crowd's going crazy, standing ovation. He tells Naomi that the floor is yours. You can start to see Naomi start to tear up. At that point, like there was a little part of me that thought maybe it'll work, but I mean, I have been saying for 2 weeks that I thought that she was pregnant. She said to look at the Titantron, and that is where Jimmy Uso told Stephanie McMahon that there was going to be a baby coming. She said she is indeed pregnant. But then, like, you see this angry, she said it was her hormones. She tells Adam Pearce that, she said, um, she tells Pierce to get to stepping, like to get the hell out of the ring. And then she said that that all the female wrestlers in the back only have one person to thank, and that is Big Jim, because obviously Big Jim is the father.
He did
Um,
proceed with caution.
she also said that the bloodline will continue. She said that she said nobody had a chance. Like she was going to run through the roster. Nobody had a chance to take the title from her. And then she made the funny comment, Big Jim likes to Netflix and chill, which I thought was just freaking hilarious. I love that. Naomi is a character. The fans started chanting, "You deserve it." Naomi also says, like I said before, the bloodline continues. Then the fans start chanting "Baby Uso." I've seen that trending on X. She ends up laying the title on the ground. She said in 9 months, whether she has to come back breastfeeding or whatever she has to do, she is coming back and she's going to pick up where she left off, and that she will be getting her title back. So, what did you think of the Segment, Naomi being pregnant, all the rumors can finally be put to rest, and what are they said next week we're going to get to the bottom of the title picture. What do you think about Naomi being pregnant, and where are they going with what? Where are we going with this title picture now?
I thought it was pretty funny. Um, Especially the Netflix and chill part. That one was pretty funny. She showed her real self, but then also after the whole announcement, she went back into character and said, "In 9 months, I'm gonna give these women 9 months, and whoever
Mm-hmm.
is champion, just know that I'm coming to take this title back that I never lost."
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that was great. It also reminded me, although it's not the same thing, but it reminded me of when Roman had to relinquish it because it was a title that he never lost, and he won it back against Bray and Braun.
Mm-hmm. And she
Um,
did she did make mention to Adam Pierce that this was not the first time. This was the second time that
yeah,
she's had to relinquish the title. But
I'm happy.
congratulations,
I'm
yeah,
happy. I'm happy for Naomi. Baby also on the way. That means Jimmy's gonna be father. Jay is gonna be an uncle. I don't know what Roman would be.
Solo is gonna be an uncle as well.
I don't know what Roman would be because Roman is his cousin. So would he be a nephew to Roman?
That will no, because then Roman would have to be his uncle. Just gonna be a cousin. Just gonna be like a second cousin or something like that.
Okay, so like a great cousin or something.
No, it's a second cousin. Solo would be the uncle. Jay would be an uncle. If Roman's cousins with them, so Jimmy's baby, whether it's a girl or boy, will be Roman. That'll be Roman's second cousin. So
Okay.
the bloodline continues.
Yes.
So what do you think they're gonna do now with the women's title? Like I mean,
Lyra,
Ste-
Lyra, Lyra.
Stephanie is
No, 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 not Stephanie.
she's
She
gonna she's gonna
she's
get a title shot though.
the one move merchant. All she has is Devil's Kiss. I'm tired of it. I'm also tired of the devil worshipping. Give me Lyra as women's world champion.
And Stephanie Backcourt obviously dating the Randy Orton lookalike from NXT, which is crazy. They've been together for a while. So after that, they advertised that Raw will be in Birmingham, UK, next week, and it will air live at 3 p.m. Eastern next Monday. So looks like I will be getting to do a early recap instead of 11 o'clock, which I'm excited about that.
Now, since it's early, I might not be able to do it just because every Monday I'm busy. It's pretty much usually when Raw starts. That's when I get home. Um, and then that's how I have the time to do this, like after Raw, because after this I'm pretty much gonna go to bed because I got
Yeah.
college. I got actually my second year of college tomorrow.
Oh,
It started.
cool.
So
Yeah, I mean, I don't
NXT,
have it
I'm
scheduled
usually
planned out yet for Monday because I know for.
NXT. Usually I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Go ahead.
And NXT, I'm usually out all day on Tuesday. Sometimes I'm able to make it if I don't go out. Um, Same thing with Sundays. Usually out all day. So the only other time I'll be able to do this besides Monday night is a Friday night because
Yeah,
that's when I decide. I know everybody else likes to go out on Fridays. Not me. I'm not that big of a party person. I actually don't like parties to begin with. But um, yeah, I think Friday afternoon it would be good for me. Um, we were just gonna
yeah,
probably push back main event Fridays.
yeah. We'll talk about that right now. Right now I have it scheduled for the original start time of 10:30, but obviously, I mean, I can go and stream or and change it, but we'll talk about all that once we get off the air and all that. They did advertise that Birmingham, UK is going to be 3 p.m. Eastern next week, and they announced that Rhea Ripley will face Roxanne Perez. To me, that sounds like maybe the winner of that match, maybe facing Stephanie Vacour in Paris for the title, maybe. Uh, I mean, they didn't say that, but I don't know. I'm starting to kind of think that
I understand. I just do not want to see Stephanie as a world champion, bro.
you're just gonna have to grit it, bro. It's gonna happen. And then we're gonna see Kofi Kingston again try to avenge Xavier Woods' loss tonight, and he's going to face Penta. And then obviously they show that John Cena. What is this?
Bintu Star, Cynthia and Alphaba's wife reposted this stream on X.
All right.
Never
Okay.
heard
Thank you.
this
I
person
haven't seen them, but thank you for reposting the stream. So they said that John Cena is going to be live on SmackDown. He's actually on my thumbnail for SmackDown this week for the recap because I knew he was going to do it.
We have Roman Reigns and John Cena in the same week. There's no other week to be better, especially me, since those are my top two all time.
And Roman was actually on my thumbnail for this show. So like I was going to be highly disappointed if he didn't show up. But Cena will be there Friday. No Cody Rhodes. Don't think he's showing up. He's still filming.
What a part timer, man.
Oh God, here we go. The man's gonna be gone a couple weeks, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out.
This dude really went to Hollywood, and he said he would never go to Hollywood, and he'll be a full-time champion. Come on, what is going on, Cody?
Cody's just out there making that extra scratch, bro. Don't hate,
bro.
Don't hate, bro. Don't hate, man.
He's a part-time champion, though.
That's undisputed champion, bro. Like he's got to make Drew wait, man. Drew just can't just say I'm fighting Cody Rhodes. Like Cody said, no, bro, hold up, I gotta go film my movie. I'm in Hollywood now. I'm filming like a 2-week part in Street Fighter. I'll fight you in September at WrestlePalooza, which we're going to talk about that at the end of the stream. Like, why are they calling it WrestlePalooza? The reason is because people stop leaking stuff on the internet saying it's going to be over the limit and stop leaking everything online because they just can't keep anything to themselves. And
it's not that hard.
Triple H sees it, and boom! Now we're stuck with WrestlePalooza, and it looks like it's going to be on ESPN as well.
We even changed that too because people keep spoiling it.
Yep. And I'll get to it at the end of the show. Well, I'll go ahead and talk about it. You can, if you don't have Hulu or any of the cable outlets, and you do want the first jump on this ESPN package, it will be available August 21st.
3 days from now, right?
Which is Thursday. It'll be, and it's $30 a month. So you'll be able to see WrestlePalooza on that streaming service. So let's get back to Raw. We see Judgment Day in the back. We see Dom talking to Grande Americano. Finn Balor asks what's going on with that. Dom's like, don't worry about it. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, he's trying to keep like El Grande close because I think he's going to try to use El Grande to try to help him win at Worlds Collide. So we get to the main event. It is a main event, Jey Uso versus Brian Breakker in a no DQ, no count out. Let me show this comment first before we start. I think Rhea is going to fight for the title, and her and Asuka might have a feud because Asuka is jealous of Rhea. Very possible. One thing that I forgot to bring up is, after this September PLE, they're going to have a pay-per-view in Perth, Australia, which is Rhea Ripley's home country. And I've said it time in and time out that they are not, that is one of Triple H's favorites. They are not going to not have Rhea Ripley either go into that PLE as a champion or have a championship match. So that is
my shirt blended with the black screen.
I mean, it looks fine to me. So let's get to the main event. It's an Extreme Rules match. We see trash cans. We see chairs.
That's nice.
What's that? Oh, Cody.
We
Okay.
saw Braun Breaker lift up Cody and then jump onto Jay.
Yeah, this match was crazy. Um, we
Yo,
see Brian,
yeah,
Brian, Brian, and Jay both hit each other with the top of the garbage can thing, the top piece, like they just smashed it over each other's head. Jay
what he's
does all right. What the Cody hate? Suicide suicide dive on Brian Breaker outside. Brian Breaker, like I said, he hit Jay with the chair multiple times and the trash can lid. Jay throws Breaker into the chairs. Then Breaker hits Jay Uso with a huge Steiner line, which he kicked out of, and then the chairs are being set up. Brian Breaker setting the chairs up, and then we see he get thrown. They got thrown off of the broadcast booth. I mean, this match was crazy. It went everywhere.
I wish they did more matches where they fought like in the backstage area, like this type of match or like the last man standing match. I wish they like fought backstage and then had a pinfall or something back there.
Yeah,
Like
because
they don't do that anymore though, which sucks.
we kind of saw that with Cody and Cena at SummerSlam. Like they fought out in the crowd and not like all over the
They didn't,
place.
like they didn't go backstage.
Well, no, they didn't do that.
They
But
went under, well, I mean, I guess you could say they went backstage by going under that elevator thing and then using the
yeah,
elevator to lift them up. But what I'm talking about is like backstage past Gorilla.
I think we're gonna see that with Cena and Brock at WrestlePalooza because it's either going to be a no holds barred or falls count anywhere. They're gonna go all out for that match because that's the
Brock's,
same weekend.
Brock's winning.
I think so too. But we'll see.
Cena
Um,
been able to beat Brock ever.
Oh no, he said that Cody Rhodes match has ignited a fire under him. So I think we'll see a different John Cena for the rest of his retirement tour for sure. So Jay hits a spear on Braun. He kicked out at 2. Another chair shot. Jay goes up to the top to do the Uso splash, and here comes Bronson Sheila Fala Reed to pull Jay off of the ring. He starts attacking Jay Uso. He hits a Death Valley driver to Jay. Out comes L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
He starts going after Bronson Reed. They're all still battling out on the floor. So here comes, out of nowhere, comes Seth Rollins. And he attacked L.A. Knight from behind, throwing him into the barricade and to the side of the ring. And then Seth Rollins gets into the ring and hits the pedigree onto Jey Uso. At that point, we hear CM Punk's music. CM Punk comes out. So Seth meets him in the aisleway. They start fighting, which they've done about 25 times. The WWE loves a rinse and repeat. They're still fighting. So one of the things that was kind of a crucial point was LA Knight and Punk kind of teamed up to beat up Rollins. They took out Rollins, but Rollins throws Punk into Knight, and he went into the table,
The Slim Jim table.
the Slim Jim table. So, and then the camera went back to Punk, and he was just kind of like, "Whoops!" Like like he cared, but like not really. Like you know what I mean? So after that, Seth Rollins and Punk start fighting in the crowd. And Braun Breaker sets up the table. And then we get 2 super kicks to Braun on the table. Bronson knocks Jay off the top rope. The crowd starts chanting for Roman. The OTC chants are coming everywhere. So then we hear the OTC one, Roman Reigns' music. Yeah, don't get copyrighted.
Yeah, that's why I only did it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't want to get copyright. So yeah, so Roman's music hits, like Braun's like looking at the gorilla position, like where he comes out, like you can
Yeah, he was
tell.
on like He's like,
Yeah, he's looking like he's super scared. So
and
like
he
you're
was
trying.
so no, he wasn't scared. He was conflicted because he was trying to figure out, okay, should I go after Roman because I know because every single time Roman has came back, he's came from the front. So should I go after Jay first or should I go after Roman? Well, I know Roman's music is playing right now, so I'm just gonna go after Jay. Then as soon
Yeah.
as he's after Jay, boom! Here comes the original tribal Chief One.
OTC1. Yeah, so he shows up. Obviously, he is waiting on the other side. He hits Brian Breaker with a lethal spear, and then he hits Bronson Reed with the Superman punch. So then we get back into the action. Brian Breaker is completely out of it at this point. We get a super kick from Jay Uso to Brian Breaker, and he hits the Uso splash through the table for the 1, 2, 3. So after that, we see Bronson Reed. When the stream ended, we see Bronson Reed in the aisleway with Paul Heyman, and you can hear Bronson telling Roman that he's going to take those pair of shoes. And Roman said, "I will see you in Paris." So now it is made official: Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed at Clash in Paris. So your thoughts on the match? Obviously, I knew Roman was showing up. A lot of people doubted it. Now, I think after Clash in Paris, we may see a little bit less of Roman Reigns because he's got a bigger role in Street Fighter, and he's going to be gone like 4 weeks or something like that. But what do you think about the match? Hold on, let's get to this question first. I
I
wonder if
wonder.
Oscar. Yes, I do believe that they will, 100%. I think she's going to turn on Oscar. Oscar's going to turn on Io. So, what do you think about the match? Obviously, Roman returning, and what do you think about Roman and Bronson Reed are probably not going to main event Paris? I think it'll be the Fatal 4 Way. But your thoughts on the match? Jay picking up the 1, 2, 3 win over Braun Breaker, Roman returning to give some receipts. So, what was your thoughts on the overall main event?
First of all, before I talk about the main event, Roman has the main event Clash in Paris.
He's
He
not.
has.
He's not.
I'm predicting he will. I think the Fatal Four will be first. I think it'll be the first match
I think Roman will open the show. Honestly.
because if the Fatal Four is the first match, then they can utilize the other three superstars, Bronson,
I mean, they
um,
could. They
all,
could.
yeah, all of them, and they've already been out there, so they know the environment already. So
True.
you know what I mean?
True.
But anyways, I thought the whole thing was good. I was expecting the same repetitive thing like they've been doing for the past couple of months. It was repetitive, yeah, but there was no disqualifications this time. So Jay
Hmm.
got to win with Roman's help, and Roman lifted Jay up like this, and he's like, "Go ahead and eat." And
Yeah, he
then
went like this.
yes, sir. And then before they started eating, Jay went up to the top rope, hit the Uso splash, and Roman was putting the one up the whole time.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Main event Jay Uso wins the match. And now I think next week, because I think Roman is advertised next week, right?
Hmm.
I think we'll see a promo next week.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much like my review. I love the main event this week. I thought Bronson was actually going to be Jay, or not Bronson. I thought Braun was going to be Jay, and then Roman comes out. But hey, there's a W. We got Yeetman winning with the OTC one in his corner. Could not be any happier. I just wish that same thing would have that same result was in Detroit and not Roman and Jay getting speared at the same time. Um,
Yeah, I mean, one thing for sure, I agree with you. I think Roman shows up next week. I've heard some people saying, "Oh, like Roman and Bronson is not going to have a long enough build," but I mean, truthfully, they kind are because like they've been going through this whole thing with the Sheila follow thing. I'll put this comment up. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. So yeah, I feel like you know, Jay's gonna go into Clash in Paris with some with some momentum. He's not gonna win, but he's gonna Seth Rollins is gonna win, but at least he's gonna go in with some momentum. But yeah, compared to what we saw Friday, it was I give Raw at least. I'm gonna let you rate it and I'll rate it.
You see, SmackDown is at a point that Raw was at in 2021 and 2022, early 2022. SmackDown right now absolutely sucks, just like how Raw absolutely sucked 3 years ago, 4 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. You can tell that there's been a big momentum change within the two shows.
Mm-hmm.
Raw is a lot better than SmackDown right now, and I hate saying that because SmackDown is my favorite. It's been my favorite all time show, but Raw is just obviously better than SmackDown right now.
100%, 100%.
That's
So what would you rate it 1 to 10?
tonight's episode. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go 8 to 8.5. I think
But
that
SmackDown, because I wasn't on the show with you, I'm giving that a 2 out of 10. That was complete garbage. Except for Solo. Solo is the one that get the Solo and the Motor City Machine Guns are the only two people that gave it a 2 out of 10. Otherwise,
yeah, I rated SmackDown super low Friday. It was like you have to go back and listen to the stream. Like I don't even think I went for a full hour because it was just really bad. I'm gonna give Raw an 8 out of 10. But that's pretty much it, guys, for our Monday Night Raw review. Thank you everybody. I think we have 41. I see 41 eyeballs up there. Like I said, we are live on my Facebook, the EVP show, my YouTube channel, and my X. So before we go, I'm going to send you guys to my outro video and my thank you, and then we
hold on.
will
So
both go ahead.
you said 41 eyeballs, right?
42 now, yeah.
Nope. Oh, 42. 42. Let's see. It's not 42. It's 84.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 84 eyeballs because you multiply it by 2.
Well now it's 86. Okay, I got it. I mean, I don't know how many is on YouTube, and it's hard to tell because, like I said, this is on three platforms. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, thank you everybody, for showing up. This is probably my longest stream. But I'm gonna leave you guys with the outro and the thank you for everybody. Let me do the shout outs real quick to everybody that showed up. Thank you, Mama Mimi, Billy, always, Billy again, Evelyn. Thank you so much, Russell Faith from the ATD. They're doing big things.
Make sure you
Evelyn,
guys follow and subscribe everybody that's in chat.
absolutely. Yep. ATD did a watch along tonight. Thank you, Bentu, Cynthia, and Alba's wife. Good comments. Appreciate you showing up tonight. Haven't seen you before. All right, so I'm going to leave everyone with with my outro video and my thank you, and then we will be back to tell you guys where you can find us and what I have in store for you guys next. Just 1 second. Enjoy.
CJP's your guy, let's start the show. Tag teams breaking, factions shaking. He's got the scoop for moves they're faking. Belt on the line, dreams on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. Let's go, let's go. Where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, the EVP show is out of control.
All right. All right. Thank you guys, like I said, for showing up and everybody in the comments. I'm going to pass it to my co-host tonight, and he can tell you where you can find him on his socials and what he's got going on, and then I will do mine, and we will get out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wwe AK. You can find me on almost every streaming platform because I also am a rapper. I go by the name of AK03. Um, for example, this is Spotify, or I don't know if you guys can see it.
I
Just
can't.
a
You
little.
can't. You need. We got to get green screen, bro, because our stuff. I can see. I can see that though.
Yeah, so that was Spotify. Then if you search up my name on Apple Music, let's see. You probably can't see that. Yeah, you can't see it, but I am on Apple Music and Spotify, and like I'm on iHeartRadio as well. So if you want to go ahead and listen to my latest single "Summer Vibes" by EKE03, pronounced AKO3. I'm also on X, um, at AKO3 official. I also have a second account at AKO3 official too, and I also am the owner, and I'm the owner of the Detroit Muscle. CJ's on the team. He's a part of it. And we are part of the Utopia League. I don't own the Utopia League, but there are 18 teams. If you want to be on my team, just give me a DM on the Real Detroit Muscle account, and I'll look, see if you're active enough to be on the team. I'll let you on the team. You can DM CJ if you want to too, and then he'll tell me about you. But yeah, you can also find me on Instagram at AKO3 official as well. You can also find me on Twitch at AKO3 official. You can find me on Facebook at AKO3 official. You pretty much like all of the major social media places. Like you can also find me on YouTube. Just search up AKO3 official on there as well. On TikTok, AKO3 official. Pretty much everywhere is AKO3 official. Um, I am also a part of the main event show, which main event Mondays and main event Fridays. I know I wasn't on the show this week just because I was busy. I was not able to make it. I will be able to make main event Fridays. I will be able to just if everything goes to plan and nothing happens between now and then because anything can happen. It's only Monday. A lot of things can happen between Monday and Friday. So I do plan on being on main event Fridays. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will ask CJ right now if I can be on the SmackDown review.
Of
Um,
course. Yeah, absolutely.
all
The
right,
thing.
I'll be seeing you guys on the SmackDown review. Um, I I believe I don't. It's not written in stone or anything, but I believe that the SmackDown review is going to be earlier this week. It's not written in stone, so don't go by my word. Ultimately, it comes down to EVP. It's his show. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday and pass it over to EVP, and then he'll probably pass it to me to do the outro.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to say thank you to Edward, obviously, for coming in. Always love having extra ears, extra voice on these recaps. Sometimes it gets a little boring doing doing them on my own, but talking to myself, it's like, oh gosh, it gets. But I've kind of gotten used to it now. But yeah,
Well,
but yeah.
I was saying you feel like Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh man, like I'm like looking around, like, is anybody listening to me? Like I'm talking to a computer screen, like it's crazy. But yeah, obviously I am the EVP CJP. I obviously I'm on main event Mondays. A host slash co-host on there. Main event Fridays as well. You can find me on X at EVPCJP, Instagram at EVPCJP, and most importantly, you guys please hit that like button on the video and subscribe. You can find me at the EVP Show in all capitals. That is my YouTube channel. Please hit the like. Try to get some likes on this video and get to my videos into the algorithm, and it's much appreciated. Also, you can find me on TikTok at Brady BRADYDA GOAT GOAT 21. That's pretty much Facebook. Obviously, you can look me up. I'm CJ Perry, not Lana, but I'm CJ Perry. We do share the same name. Don't be sending me some creepy friend requests, because if I don't know you, if I don't recognize you, EVP is gonna hit the decline and probably block you and probably turn you in for spam. No, I'm just kidding, but you can find me on Facebook there, because I do stream to Facebook. So what I have coming up for this week is tomorrow I'll be back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern to do an NXT recap. It is the go home NXT before NXT Heatwave. It is also in Philly. It's going to be a great show. So I will be back tomorrow night live on this YouTube channel at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So you guys come back and join me. I will be solo for that. Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We are going to do a mixture show. It's going to be the EVP Zero Uncut show. And that is going to be the NXT Heatwave prediction show. That will be Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Now, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. I will I'll see if I can join it. I may or may not. I'll see if I can join it.
Yeah, that's something you have to run by Zero, because it's going to be ran on his. I mean, it's going to be streamed on my YouTube, but Zero is going to be the one that's going to be running that show. So yeah, that's Wednesday. Thursday, I don't have anything. Friday, as of right now, it's not X in stone, but obviously you'll see Edward back with me for my SmackDown recap. As of right now, I have it set for 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Because Friday is usually a pretty busy day for me. If we can change it to earlier, we will. I know there's a space. Main Event Fridays is going to be intertwined in there somewhere. So we're going to be live. But right now I have it set for 10:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday. And then Sunday, unfortunately, I will not be doing an LFG recap this week because NXT Heatwave is Sunday. So I will be live Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern following NXT Heatwave for your NXT Heatwave recap. Unfortunately, I will miss LF. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not going to be doing a recap on LFG this week. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for showing up. And before I pass it to Edward, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for my NXT recap. And you guys make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much. And I'm going to pass it to Edward, and we're getting out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great EVP CJP EVP show. Monday Night Raw, August 18th, 2025 edition. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe to the EVP show on YouTube. Please give CJ a follow on all of all the platforms, and we will see you on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, there's only one thing left to do. Acknowledge us. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.